Hey, what's up guys? Thanks so much for clicking on this video and welcome to our version of the Idaho BDR. This past summer, July 2020, me and several other friends decided to tackle this from south to north. Many of us have never even ridden together. This group included Dan, who you always see on these long trips with me, Nico, who is active military and super fun to be around, Josh, who I've been friends with for a while but never really get a chance to ride with, Noah, who Josh brought into the group and was also just a hoot to be around, Emily, who is Josh's girlfriend, and Kelly, who is Emily's brother and was also just great to have on the trip. Personally, I had never ridden the Idaho BDR start to finish, although I have ridden several parts of it in the past, but this was fresh to everybody as far as linking them all together. If you'd like to know a little bit of a summary of the trip, hit pause right here and get a quick little overview. So Dan met me in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and together we rode all the way from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho down to Jarbidge, Nevada. Basically pounded pavement the whole way down just so we could start the good part of the trip. Now you'll see right here there's some blood streaks in the road and we could not figure out what this was. Alright, so we stopped here because all this carnage right here is from these giant crickets. Now this might not be something you care about, but I was pretty much amazed how big these things were. Dude, there's 100 of these things in here. You got one right for you, Dan. Get in the shade. After our quick little nature lesson, we got back on the bikes and continued south to finally hit gravel. Alrighty, so we are south of Boise by about, I don't know, 50 or 60 miles maybe, right? Something like that. Just got off the Highway 51, 70 miles of gravel. It's Jarbidge. Somewhere over that mountain somewhere. So, I'm gonna create some space here. And we'll see you in Jarbidge. Alright, I'll get over here, so hopefully the dust is crosswinding. This was a really fun road, and it basically just went for 70 miles, like I said, from Highway 50 through some canyons, up and over some hills, along some creeks, and just really created a nice, good start to the route and a nice way to finish the day after pounding 12 hours of pavement. As we went along these creeks, we noticed that there was a lot of history, lots of mines like this here, stuff that's all, you know, kind of dilapidated, but really cool to look at, and just lots of old history like this along the route. Well, you can't see, maybe a little bit right there. I just took a bird to the face at 50 miles an hour. That was awesome. Wish I would have had that on video. Did you see it, like tumble? I hit that thing hard. Last minute I moved. If I wouldn't have moved, it would have hit me square in the fucking pocket. So again, the closer we got to Jarbidge, the cooler the terrain got. These like sheer canyon walls right here. The temperature really cooled off down into like the low 80s, mid 80s, somewhere in there, as opposed to the low hundreds where it was earlier in the day. So really made a great way just to kind of wrap up the long day that we had. But yeah, just sit back here and enjoy for a little bit, and we'll be in Jarbidge shortly. Oh, that's the barn. So if you end up staying in Jarbidge, you might have to stay in this barn hotel here. It's kind of an extension of their other hotel, kind of the overflow. I never actually saw it, but the guys who did stay there said that the rooms are pretty nice. Coming into Jarbidge really is like stepping back into, you know, the late 1800s, early 1900s. Obviously not, you know, that extreme, but a lot of the town has not changed in a really long time, and the population here, I think they said in the winter time was like 20. So pretty cool little town, literally in the middle of nowhere. Made it. All right, so this is our hotel room here at the Outdoor Inn. It's 1,000 degrees in here right now. Just got all of our stuff unloaded. You know, walk around town here, then go have some food and some drinks. We got Dan down there. Everybody else just showed up a minute ago. We'll walk around this way. America. So this is Main Street. You got the Red Dog Saloon. And then the Outdoor Inn. We're in the motel. And down there is the barn where half the other guys are staying at. Let's go in here and... When do you want to walk down there? What do you want to do? Okay, right. I don't know if there's much else to do. Let's take a little walk. See, dude, this is our new friend Tim that we just met. He's got his e-bike on there and this kick-ass Excursion. Got a 30-foot shovel right here. I'm not going to walk all the way down to the town. But down there is the barn. You have a local sheriff who lives over here that we just saw a minute ago. And then look at this view. I think it's time to walk over to the Outdoor Inn and get some food and some drinks. Let's go. So after getting some food, we all kind of decided to call it an early night so we could get an early start the next day. The plan would be to leave Jarbidge, go up to Glenn's Ferry, fuel up, and then from there, jump over to Anderson Reservoir and stay somewhere either on the north side of the reservoir or up to Trinity Lakes. Day one, Jarbidge, Nevada, getting ready to roll out. We got the motel here we stayed in last night. Nice clean rooms. Outdoor Inn. Good food, booze. We got the crew. If you've never been to Jarbidge, definitely got to check it out. It's a neat little town. Lots of history here, but we're gonna go ahead and get rolling. When you leave Jarbidge, you kind of wind around through this nice little canyon road, following the river. It just kind of flows, not anything that is difficult by any means. Starting the trail off with some good scenery, and then you roll out into some open plains and hit this long, straight stretch of pavement, and then had to kind of hold up here for a little bit while these ranchers were running some cattle. Pretty neat to see if you had never seen anything like this before. That one calf was like, oh shit. While waiting for these cattle to clear, we already ran into our first little problem. All right, so we just came from back there from Jarbidge. Nice windy canyon road. Jump up on this straightaway stuff. Got half of our group up there. Little cattle drive going on over here. Unfortunately, this 990 is having some fueling issues. So we're gonna pull the fuel filter. Hopefully it's not the fuel pump. See how it goes. We went ahead and sent the rest of the group along the route. That way the three of us could tackle this instead of having to hold up the whole group. So we were unable to get it going. We did realize it was the fuel pump not building pressure, and luckily we were able to talk to one of the ranchers who said that we could tow it down several miles to their ranch house and just leave it kind of in the barn so we could tow up to Twin Falls. Parked. Nico's gonna hop onto this makeshift pillion seat here, and we're gonna run into Twin Falls, and Nico is either gonna buy a part or a new bike. He said that 1290 is looking awfully good right now.
We're gonna come back, it's gonna be on blocks, it's gonna just be a frame.
You know what? That's what insurance is for.
It makes it so much easier for me.
Yep. All right, here we go. We got about 35 miles to Highway 93. It's all pavement. Go up to Twin Falls and we'll figure out what we're gonna do here. Stay tuned. Waterfall over there? I don't know how old this game is. Nico on the phone over there, who said screw it and just bought this 2020 KTM 1290 Super Adventure. They gave him a really good deal on it, but instead of fixing his bike, he just said screw it and bought a new one. Adventure Motorsports in Twin Falls, Idaho is making Nico's day, getting us hooked up, getting us out the door, and we're gonna keep going. We gotta get the lights turned off. They've been closed for about an hour, but they were really good people and making everything work. So if you're in the Twin Falls area and you're looking for any kind of motorsports get up, definitely check these guys out. All right, here we are, just about to leave Adventure Motorcycles in Twin Falls with this new KTM 1290 in the giant loop bag, ready to roll. Let's do it, finally get caught up. So being a brand new bike, Nico really wanted to take it easy for this break-in period and not run on it too hard. This thing was a monster, and I think Nico could not have been happier with the way this all worked out. Nico and I now had about a 3-hour ride from Twin Falls to where the rest of the crew was camping at Anderson Reservoir. No one knew that Nico had bought a new bike. Josh didn't tell them. They were all assuming he was getting it fixed. But anyway, we got in pretty late, so pretty much set up camp and went straight to sleep after showing everybody the bike. Got up this next morning, and we're hoping to start day 2 without any issues. How was the night?
Best one I've had. Weeks.
What was the highlight of day 1?
Day 1. New 1290 showing up in camp.
Exactly. How'd you sleep?
I slept great.
What was the highlight of day 1?
Man, it was very eventful. Beautiful spot. Yeah. Wrapped it all up nicely.
Did that have anything to do with your highlight of day 1?
Yeah, we had to do some fixes on the 990. Nothing crazy.
Nothing major.
Just a little cosmetic, a graphics kit and a headlight.
Graphics kit and a headlight, yeah, pretty much.
That was
freshened her up a little bit.
Yeah.
Morning, Noah. How'd you sleep?
Better than usual.
What was the highlight of day one?
Not eating shit.
There you go. Awesome. We've got the Lone Rider Hotel over here. So we got in last night about 11 o'clock. Everybody was pretty much ready for bed. Told the story about the new KTM, but yeah, today's gonna be a good day, I think. I mean, regardless of what happens, it's all about the adventure, so we're gonna push forward and see how far we can get. After leaving camp, you climb for several miles and then you end up here at Trinity Lakes. The gate was closed when we got there. On one of these mountaintops you'll see there is a fire tower, and through that gate you're able to go up to that fire tower, but we were there literally a day early and the gate wasn't open until the next day. So unfortunately, no way to get around the gate, not that we would do that anyway, and so we just threw up the drone and got some pretty cool shots from where the parking head or the trailhead was. I want to apologize for some of the shaky footage here. There's just so much to look at. I'm turning my head left to right and just trying to take it all in. And yeah, I just kind of noticed it when I was editing this that I just could not focus on one thing. The next couple hours is just epic. We basically do these rolling hill roads just like this on top of these plateaus, and eventually you do drop down, but the scenery in this section is just amazing. We do eventually, like I said, start to drop down. This section goes down towards Loman. You do lose a lot of elevation fairly quick, so it's kind of a steep decline down, so lots of switchbacks. Really fun though, nice and open through some of these really old burns. A really great part of the trip. Again, not very difficult, but just lots of scenery to look at and enough to kind of keep you on your toes, winding back and forth through these Forest Service roads. Eventually, once you kind of get to the bottom, you do hit the Boise River, and it's just turquoise, kind of that glacier Gatorade color, and you follow that for several miles, then go up and over another pass to the middle fork of the Boise River, and again, it's just excellent scenery. I don't like to show a whole lot of that in my videos just because I don't want to take that away from in your experience when you get a chance to ride, but you know, just kind of a summary. That's the summary of the route between Trinity Lakes and Lowman. We gave Emily crap the whole time because she's very short, so you could hardly ever tell if she was sitting or standing.
Emily, were you standing just now? Woohoo! Get some good jumps on these, baby.
Came across this pretty major washout that really looked worse than what it really is. It's nice and shallow, and then it wasn't too rutted out on the outside.
Yeah, stay to this side. It's in the bottom smooth. Just let the water clear before you go. Stay this way, Noah, if you can. That side's easier, but it might funnel you here either way. It's not bad. Gas, gas, gas.
Josh makes it look nice and easy here. I don't know if I mentioned, but he's also an instructor at Rawhide Adventures, so he's pretty skilled. Alright, so far today it's been a good day. A little bit of dust going on, not much of sun because I was leaning a lot, so he's looking at me like, yeah, you were, you dick. But we're at the Haven Hot Springs, just had some food, getting ready to head up to Deadwood Reservoir for the night. So to be a good ride, about 40 miles left to go. It's not so hot anymore, so that's kind of nice, but we'll check in with you later. From Loman to Deadwood Reservoir is just 4 service roads, nothing too difficult, just something it's kind of nice and relaxing, real flowy. Again, it's about 40 miles, so if you get to Loman and you think that you don't have that much left in you for the rest of the day, it might be a good idea to set up camp a little bit closer, but we pushed on and made it to Deadwood Reservoir just before it started to get dark. New camp spot. Bike just fell over.
I've had that happen.
Stand by. Okay, well, I got the bike picked up, but this is camp spot number 2 at Deadwood Reservoir. It's pretty dang nice. The other group's right behind us. We'll be getting a spot right over there next to us. Look at that view. So for the rest of the night, we all basically just sat around the fire, talked about the events of the day, and ate about 2 pounds of marshmallows and s'mores. This about wraps up episode 1. Be looking for episode 2 coming next week. Episode 2 will contain the Magruder Corridor, Yellow Pine, and up by Bergdorf and that area. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button as well as that bell icon. That way you know when new episodes get released. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.